Hey guys, Evan here, also known as the Storm Taco, and today we're going to be installing the top display head unit for your 05 to 15 Tacoma. We've got it just over there, so come along and we'll show you how we're going to do it. So over here, they gave us a bunch of goodies here with this kit. As you can see here, it's absolutely massive. It's 13 and a half inches across, and it comes with all the tools that you're gonna need. Everything here is plug and play. They even actually give you some extra wires that you may not actually need. We'll see when we get to that build though. If you do purchase this off of Amazon rather than their website, they do actually give you a free reverse or front camera and a USB-C charger that comes with it as well. But we'll go ahead, take the whole front end apart there, get it switched out, give you a little comparison side by side, see what they're gonna look like so you know exactly what you're getting. And we'll just let you know, honest review here, our feedback, see what we think about it, and we'll get on into it. In the vehicle, we have just disconnected our negatives so that way we don't electrocute ourselves or blow this unit or the new unit or our airbags hit us in the face. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start taking off some of these pieces. I'm actually gonna leave all this stuff on here because it doesn't really need to come off. I will take the iPad off obviously so I don't, scratch that up. What we're gonna start off first is we're gonna take off the AC controls here. Now you don't have to do this, but I kind of like doing this. I take the knobs off just because it's easier to grip, I think, with the knobs off. So I'll remove those, and then there are 4 bolts, 10mm bolts that are gonna be behind the head unit that we will unscrew, and we will not need to reuse those as we will take the clips off the side of the unit and transfer them to the new unit. So it should be really quick, super simple, and we'll go ahead and start taking these things off and we'll get right back to you. Now I do have some aftermarket stuff back here that connects to my amplifier and my subwoofers in the back. So there are a lot of wires back here. If you have the same issue I do, is stuffing all that back in there can be a real chore. So we're gonna see if it actually falls out on us because there's so much back there. We're gonna see also how well that's gonna plug and play with the new head unit, see how well that lines up. So in case if you guys have amplifiers or subs, you know it's compatible, or if you're interested in getting that kind of stuff, then you know it'll work as well. But we'll continue getting this off. I just wanted to let you guys know that. And with this, it can feel like it's gonna be hard to come out, or you feel like you're gonna be breaking things. Just give it a tug and it's gonna come out. So just give it a couple and it's just gonna come right on out of there. I've done this about 13 times, so maybe mine's a little loose, but yeah, so you just pop that out, and then I just rest it right there, basically, on the, whatever you call that thing there, and we'll go ahead, unplug this stuff, and then go on over to the other unit. Alright, so here's the comparison of the 2 units side by side. As you can tell, when they're side by side, this one, with it being 2015, it looks more like 2002, not gonna lie. And this unit over here, a lot of people have compared it to looking a lot like the new 4th gen Tacomas, which I do have to say, I agree with that. I mean, just looking at the complete size comparison here, I mean, this whole unit, everything is all right there. So, be good to get rid of this thing here. I actually might reuse this mounting bracket. I don't think I'll put it behind it. I might put it somewhere else in the truck just to kind of mount some other things in case if one day if I have future kids, they want an iPad to watch the show, they can do that. Just being prepared ahead of time. Might mount a radar detector. Still haven't made my mind up on that. But what we will do now is we're gonna transfer all these clips off the back of this unit and put them into the new one. And then our little switches here, that will get transferred over to that. So it is gonna be plug and play there. And then we'll work on getting the rest of these harnesses plugged in and matched up with the ones in the center console over there, and we will go from there. Okay guys, so we're just going over a couple of the instructions here. It is pretty plug and play. They're only gonna fit in the places that they're designed to go into, so it's more just wondering what are we actually going to need and what are we going to use. So we'll start plugging the most of the things in. So these were the two that can plug into the same spot where you can use either or. From what I have seen from instructions and other install videos that I've watched is most people have decided to use this one. A lot of these connectors we're actually not going to use. So I'm not entirely sure as to why, but you know, more is less. So we're going to probably discard that one. And with this module here, this actually might be for the Apple CarPlay. Not 100% certain since it does have the Android Auto and the Apple CarPlay option where you can switch back and forth from. I believe in this one as well, it does give you the option to add in other cameras. So kind of like I was saying is we'll have that front facing camera and the rear facing camera on the truck. So we'll see if we can get all that wired up, but we'll start getting this one in right here. We'll start with the big one. Okay guys, so we did go over a couple of the wires and realized we forgot to put in the, it looks like it's the Wi-Fi, or if you want to do a hotspot on your phone, you can connect to it that way. And the GPS over here. So those just like screw on in there and you put them on. And then also noticed with this harness is what this is gonna do over here. You're just gonna take it, you're gonna come over to the radio side and we're just gonna plug it on in there. And just seats right there, and that should be good. And now we're gonna go try all these other connections, get everything else to work. We might wire up the microphone. I believe it should still be plug and play with the microphone that's already in the truck. If not, we'll get this mounted up there eventually and we'll see how well that works. But we'll show you a front view of what this looks like since we did get the hazard lights and all the sensors and stuff plugged into the front. That did just pop right off of the stock unit. There's a couple clips there, and we do need to put the plastic clips on the sides for this. But just as a little teaser here for you, that's kind of what the front's gonna look like. And it's kind of recessed in there just a little bit, and it looks pretty good. But we'll get the clips on, and then we'll start getting it wired up in there, and we'll get right back to you. Okay guys, so we've got everything here plugged in to the right locations. And kind of as I was saying, there's a lot of ports here that you're just not gonna use. In fact, a lot of these ports over here you're not gonna use. They're like accessories. So when we get the front camera wired up, we can even add like side cameras too, which is pretty cool. We did test it just to make sure it did come on for a second to make sure the backup camera worked, because there are like these three wires here. We're just not gonna use them. They don't plug into anything, so I'm actually not sure what these might go to. If one does end up going to like the microphone that's up here, so be it, honestly. I'm not too worried about that. I mean, it does come with the microphone if you want to wire it up, and if I do need to do that eventually, so be it. But other than that, that is everything we're gonna have to do. Everything goes in there. Like I was saying, there are empty clips that just you're not gonna use. So we're gonna get this mounted up in there and give it a quick little test through, make sure everything runs properly, and we'll show you how it looks in the end. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start it up, get it coming on. No, but even that looks better. Oh, look at that. Sheesh. Let's see if this works actually. Yep, that's nice. Okay. Just slide open this again right there. So cool thing, guys, is with how far this goes over, it goes just over the bezel there, you still have access to your vents and everything, which is awesome. So you still get the awesome screen and the vents. Now it does automatically upload with the Android Auto. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna try and figure out how to get it to connect over to the Apple CarPlay. You do have to download an app. It's called Z-Link. So we have that downloaded. Now we just have to register this and it'll switch over to the Apple CarPlay function. So actually it might even do it right now if I tap that. Okay, yeah, so it just wants to connect to my phone now through the app, and then it'll go to Apple CarPlay, and then we'll go from there. Okay guys, so we've got the whole unit installed here. As you can see, it is on and it is running. And we did notice we have this widget right here, which is actually kind of cool because, you know, with this unit, you don't have any more buttons or any dials anymore. So you can open it up here and you can control things manually, volume-wise if you want. We're trying to find a way to get rid of that because we can also still use our side buttons here that we have, which is awesome. So you still have the answer, hang up, all the other voice things that you can do. And then you can swipe over here, you have your other apps, and you can add apps as well. So we'll get going on that here in just a moment. We did also check, make sure that the reverse camera still works. So that'll pop over and we have it. We definitely need to upgrade that camera though, because its quality is horrendous. But I know over here, when we get the front camera wired up, we'll hit this little button here and it'll just kind of change views for us. It'll have an option to change it. But this does just go side to side where you can kind of change your view on whatever your preference is. So let's say you turn the wheel one way, you can get a better angle at it. Or if you're telling something, you can kind of switch back and forth. It's kind of cool. We'll go back into park there and we have this option. Now I do have a Apple iPhone, so I will stay more in the Apple CarPlay option. But if you do want to go back, you can hit this home button here and you can go back over to the other sections where you can go back to your Android Auto if you want to. But this little widget here, this is how we're going to go back to the Apple CarPlay. We'll just tap on that, bam, you're back, and then home button, that kind of stuff. And we did also notice as well, the quality is significantly improved as well. I don't know if our camera would be able to pick it up, but take my word for it. Like, I have upgraded speakers. We have the Rockford Fosgate and all the doors, 2 Rockford Fosgate subs in the back, and it is just so clear and perfect. And for the price this unit gives you, I believe on Amazon right now it is like $5.99. Where if you were to compare, like, if we just, name some names, like go Sony, go Stinger, you're paying upwards of $1,000 for a smaller unit, and this achieves the exact same goal. And so far, I have been absolutely pleased with it. And we'll go ahead and give it some tests and run through it, give you an honest review in the future after a couple weeks or something like that. But as of right now, this thing is fantastic. And if you do have any questions about it, let us know, put it down in the comments, anything like that. I'll even link where to get this in the description below. And as I was saying, if you buy it from their Amazon link, you do get the 2 gifts where you get the camera that come with it. So if you do want to just keep the one in the back, you can have a front-facing camera. And it does also come with that USB and USB-C charging port that you can plug in up here. But it's definitely, for bang for your buck, for something that looks as good as this and still have access to your air vents, it's a no-brainer there. But like I said, if you have any questions, put them down in the comments. Other than that, we'll catch you guys later in the next one. See ya.